Yo, how's it going?
It's going good, man. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad.
Right.
All right, so where are you from?
Vermont.
Okay, cool. And then who do you play?
I've been playing a lot of Cloud recently. I was Mewtwo for a long time, with sort of a Cloud secondary, but I was really like 50-50 with the two, and now it's been more Cloud recently.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's sort of a matchup thing for me at this point, but I found that Cloud has been working well for me, so I've been sticking to it.
Yeah, and definitely having a couple characters is definitely nothing that will harm you. That's definitely
Yeah. I used
that
to
is
think
an
it was a
advantage.
really bad thing, but yeah, I've started opening up to it.
Yeah, it's definitely something that, like, if you're just learning the game, having one character is probably better. But as soon as you get to like a point where I'm sure you're at, is having more characters is usually better.
All right, cool.
But yeah, so do you want to just hop into a lobby and play some games, or do you want to go over a VOD, or what exactly are you looking for?
I'd love to just play a bit. There's a few things that I am looking to work on. We can start anywhere really, but it's a combination of like matchups as well as just what to do in certain situations. I think that my option selection isn't always great. Like for ledge trapping especially, that's something I've been working on recently. But just generally, like keeping people in disadvantage and getting out of disadvantage. I know I can use some pretty ratchet moves sometimes, and I'd like to start doing that a little less.
Okay, cool. So what is your Nintendo ID then?
That is Harryman13, HARRIMAN13.
Awesome. And then I'll throw a room up here.
Sweet.
And then, is there any specific character you want me to start with, or should I just start with Ryu and then kind of go from there?
Yeah, I mean, you can feel free to start with Ryu. I don't feel like I have a specific Ryu problem, but there's a lot I have left to learn in that matchup.
Okay.
In
I'll
terms
start
of
with
char-
that. I know that
Yeah.
like Ryu isn't like the most common of characters, and there's not that much time left in this game. So I'll start with Ryu, and then I'll swap around to matchups that you probably see more often.
Alright, cool.
To see what I can pick out.
Awesome. I mean, I think Ryu is going to be a good one for me, specifically because he's like a high pressure character that, you know, I have to be very wary of when I'm pressing buttons, which is something that I need to work on. So I think it'll be good for specifically finding my weaknesses and then being able to, okay, this is where you're making this mistake. Don't do that.
Okay, awesome.
Because pressure is a big thing for me. Like, if there's a Ryu in my face up tilting my shield, I definitely have a tendency to panic roll at least, if not just do something really dumb.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely something I need to work on, is just how to get out of pressure situations.
Which is definitely hard.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll just start with Cloud.
Okay, awesome.
He's a character, like, I'm still working on his matchups more than Mewtwo, but I feel more confident overall playing Cloud.
Yeah.
Alright, we can go anywhere, I'll just random.
Awesome.
Cool. Oh, my internet's sucking. Hang on.
Go!
It's not normally this bad. Oh,
Alright, it's fine.
Alright. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Not high up enough. That I need to stop doing. I go off stage so much. I'll just tell you that. Oh boy. Ooh, nice. That might help the Wi-Fi a bit. All right.
Awesome.
Ooh, ooh. Oh God. Yeah, you got it.
So honestly, like, I think the biggest thing that I'm seeing so far is just little stuff. Like for example, earlier that down air that wasn't auto canceled. And then also the.
You're really in and out right now. Hang on a second.
Oh, okay. That might.
No.
I don't think that's on my end. No, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, like you're fine, and then it just cuts out and it comes back in. Yeah, it's probably on my end, honestly. Not sure what would be causing that though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you.
You're back in now.
Okay.
Hopefully it just stays fine. Otherwise, I'll try to mess with stuff.
Okay,
But
cool.
for now, I'll just let you know if it cuts in and out and see if it gets better. What were you saying?
But yeah, I haven't noticed anything huge so far. Most of it is just like little stuff, like the down air at that one point being not auto canceled, as well as just getting like a little bit, I guess just like overextending, just kind of like pushing into your opponent's space when you don't have the not so much don't have the right to, but you're out of tools or you're in lag, you know, kind of like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen anything huge yet, but just be really careful about the spacing on things.
Right.
Because it kind of seems like you're just kind of like going kind of like gung-ho, which isn't necessarily bad if you have your spacing and your timings on everything down, but if you don't, then that stuff becomes really unsafe.
That makes sense. You have to know when and how to be gung-ho.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely know I can be too aggressive at times. Like, I start off okay, and then I get a hit, and I'm like, oh, I bet I can get this other one. Oh yeah, I'm Cloud, I just do this. Yeah, that one is bad. The throw is fine, but I had no reason to follow this stage. Oh, no chance. Oh god. You're still going? Are you kidding? I've not played against Ryus like this. I guess that makes sense, but... I should have grabbed it. Good stuff now. Alright. Yeah.
Nice, very good.
Thank you. Oh yeah. All right.
Whoa. Damn.
All right. Yeah, that's the wrong way. Okay.
So yeah, when you were kind of like focused at the start of the game, you were kind of just like running around and stuff. So I think the main thing I'm seeing is just make sure that you're not make sure that all of the movement you're doing is for a reason.
Okay.
Because you're moving a lot and your movement is good, but some of the times like you'll hit me with something and then you'll just kind of like move away and just kind of like let me out of disadvantage or let me have stage control, rather than kind of pushing your advantage and taking stage control. And so I'd say just like make sure that the movement you're doing is for a reason. Everything you do should have kind of a reason behind it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to start kind of like thinking like that if you haven't before. But like everything you do should be for a reason, and not so much just to move, you know?
That makes sense. Yeah, I've heard that before. I think that with movement in particular, there are definitely times when I just feel like, even when I'm pressuring someone, I can feel like I'm in disadvantage, and so I just naturally want to move away. You know, like I'll just throw out something to poke and I won't expect it to hit, so I'll just instinctively dash away without even realizing that it hit.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no.
I think that's confidence to an extent, and just allowing myself to just do something and know it's safe, and then be able to react to what happens after.
Yeah. So that's definitely part of it. And then also just like with Cloud, like I know how easy it is to just get caught up in how nice it feels to move around. Like he's just like, especially when you have limit, like it just feels nice to move. But sometimes it's not always best to be moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, that makes sense. Huh. Oh wow! Oh wow! That was one of those,
Yeah.
in the moment I see this and I want to go for it. Yep. Oh, that forward smash into up tilt. Yeah, there's a Ryu at my college I go to that's gotten me with that more times than I'd like to admit.
So there are a few like little things that game. The one thing that like probably the biggest thing that game was just be very careful about knowing how much lag things have so that you can punish them appropriately. So for example, there was a I'm trying to think. I missed a focus attack and you punished it with a grab into back throw when I was at 115 or 120, and you could have just cross slashed that and killed me.
Okay.
And then there was also one time when I was standing beside you and I went for a Shoryu and it whiffed, and then you punished it with
I think that was a grab again.
yeah, I think it was a grab again, and you could have just finishing touched me and killed me there too.
Okay.
So just like be super careful that you're punishing with the things that are going to be the best punishes.
Okay, yeah.
And it's not necessarily that you aren't punishing things, because you are, which is great. But
right, but it's with what I'm punishing it with.
Exactly. They're just better punishes for what the openings are. So that was one thing I noticed, and then the other thing I noticed was yet again, it was kind of just like movement for movement's sake.
Right.
Like you were doing a lot of just like short hops in place when you weren't sure what to do, or when I was kind of like a short ways away from you. And then I was getting conversions off of those just by doing rising aerials to catch those as my like approach option. So it's okay to throw those in when you're like in neutral and like and you're looking for options. But what it became is kind of it didn't even really become a habit. It became a pattern, right? It became like as soon as I saw you do one, I knew that as soon as you hit the ground, you were going to do another one.
Right.
And so you want to just make sure that you keep that stuff as unpredictable as possible.
Okay, great.
And part of that isn't necessarily choosing a whole bunch of different options, but it's also the timing of options. So don't be afraid to like do one, wait a little bit, and then do another one, or, you know, do one and then don't do one for a little bit. You know, like the rhythm is just as important for unpredictability as the different options will be.
Okay, that makes sense.
So just think about that as well.
Yeah, I'll try and work on that this game. Thank you.
No worries.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, no. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, God. Ooh, nice jumping there.
Thank you.
Definitely good for me to have someone that can punish my nonsense. Oh, God, yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, you just held that nut. I did not see that coming. You got it.
So honestly, like that game at the start of the game, there was like you were mixing up your movement in ways that you hadn't before. But then it kind of became a habit to not do as much movement. So it's kind of hard to like break one habit without developing another.
Sure.
But you want to make sure that you're just mixing up those movement options. Every time you do a movement option, be like, okay, I used this one. Do I want to use it again, or do I want to throw something in? Because what you did is you did a short hop into something every time. So you did short hop into dash grab, a short hop into dash cross slash, a short hop into. So then yet again, it's like, although it's not necessarily a bad option, and it caught me the first couple of times because I wasn't expecting it. But then as soon as you did it a couple of times, even if I don't know what you're going to do after the short hop, I was like, okay, he's gonna short hop land and then immediately do something.
Okay, yeah.
So that's more of the rhythm. Like I don't even think the amount of options you're doing is really an issue. I think it's just the rhythm that's an issue. Like,
okay,
I can tell when you're going to do something by the patterns you kind of create, and then it becomes less difficult to punish those things.
Okay, awesome.
So like before it was like, okay, he's gonna short hop and then he's gonna immediately do another short hop. Now it's like, okay, he's gonna short hop and then do something, and then like knowing that you're going to do something makes it a little bit easier to punish.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I gotta start thinking about that. Right.
And then just throwing more options, like throwing more options in there will make all of the options that you're already doing even better. So like changing that from doing like short hop into do something, like as soon as you implement like short hop into do nothing, or even just do something without short hopping, then that suddenly makes your short hop into do something so much better.
Okay, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, mostly it's just when you're doing things that is the big issue right now.
Oh boy, okay, this is a matchup I need. Oh, you got my jump! Why did
I didn't see that.
Alright, you got it. Oh. Yep. Very nice.
Thank
yeah, you
you.
picked me apart that game.
So that so much like how do I explain it? So for example, the situation on the Smashville platform, when you were on the Smashville platform. Oh, am I?
Let me see if I do this. Oh, you've been talking this whole time, haven't you? That's a bad.
No, I haven't been.
Okay, good. Yeah, I can hear you there. So that's
Okay.
good. Oh, okay, yeah, you're kind of coming through now. That I guess it's just gonna spike on and off.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Stream says I'm not cutting out for them, so it's definitely an internet
All right,
thing.
probably me. That's fine.
But yeah, so when you were on that Smashville platform,
Yeah.
and I was just kind of like sitting under it, I was like, okay, what he's gonna do is he's gonna drop through up air, and it's like, I just kind of sat under the platform until you did it.
Right,
so it's like,
right.
sometimes it's I'm not sure what they're going to do, but I know when. Or I guess sometimes it's I'm not sure what you're going to do, but I know when you're going to do it, which is the rhythm thing. And then the other facet of it is I know exactly what you're going to do, but I don't know when you're going to do it.
Okay, yeah.
And so those are the two kind of like those are like kind of the two different reads you can make.
Okay.
So for example, like with Bayonetta, it's like if I was playing Bayonetta, I could be like, okay, I don't know what you're going to try and hit me with, but I know you're gonna try and hit me with something, so I witch time, right?
Right.
Or a character like Diddy is like, okay, I know you're gonna try and hit me with something at some point, but I don't know when, so I'm gonna sit and shield with banana.
Okay, yeah.
So it's those are the two kind of like punishes, or like the ways you can kind of look at punishes or look at reads, and just kind of like unpredictability. And I think just by kind of like thinking about both of those concepts, it'll make things a lot. You'll like inherently get better at those two things by thinking about those two things: the rhythm of the options as well as the options themselves.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. That makes sense. Cool.
Three, two, one, go!
Yep. Nice. Oh, I held out, I think. Oh, it didn't. Okay. Yeah, nice little read.
Nice.
Yeah. You got the read. Oops. Not what I meant, but I'll take it. Yeah. Nice. I didn't turn it around. Oh no. Alright. Just insulate this.
Oh god. That was really, really good.
You told me to short hop and do nothing, and I short hop and did nothing.
Yeah, exactly. See, I was standing there and I was like, okay, I know he's gonna short hop and then he's gonna do something, and I sat there and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here, and I did F tilt and then I did jabs because I saw the F tilt didn't connect, and I was like, okay, he's gonna run in and do something now that my F tilt didn't connect, so I tried to jab it and you just F smash, and I was like, oh.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's the exact same like thing that I'm talking about. It's just like throwing in another option like that will immediately make your other one so much better, and it'll also make you less predictable on those options.
Okay, great. No, I definitely started to see what you were talking about in terms of like, there was one point where I dropped down and I did an up air from ledge, and immediately as I did it, I'm like, wait a minute, he's waiting for exactly that. He's standing on the ledge, he's ready to shield, like. And
Yeah.
even though I didn't get it in time, realizing it afterwards, I was like, okay, sweet, I'm glad I noticed that.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up, just that the drop down up air from ledge is one of your habits, but you seem to kind of already pick that out.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it from another person, though.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, that's it. Nice. Thank you. Did not see that back there. Nice. Not too much. Classic attack. The one I was ready to tech.
Whoops, that was awful.
Oh no! Wow, I just fell out. Okay. I deserve that. Ooh, nice! The one needle.
Thank you. Oh shoot, what was it I was gonna mention? Yeah, I think like the biggest thing now is just like slight misspaces, because like the things that you're doing now are good, and you are mixing things up, but like they're just like slightly off. For example, that down air to cover my neutral get up, it was like the right idea.
Again, sorry.
Oh shoot.
This hasn't lasted long the last couple times.
Yeah. Hopefully it's okay.
Maybe try again?
Okay, hello?
Hello.
Okay.
Damn it, it just...
It does it again.
Started working and it stopped and it started?
Okay, hopefully it's okay.
It's... I don't know why this is happening, man. My internet's usually totally fine.
Yeah. That's okay.
I guess. You have sort of a weird setup going, but it shouldn't affect the internet at all.
No, it shouldn't.
What if I... Yeah, there is nothing else up, huh? Alright. Maybe?
Okay,
Guess I'll try that.
I hope it's okay. It's weird that it's not affecting the gameplay at all.
Yeah, and it's just in and out on Discord chat specifically. And it's like,
yeah.
seems like it's always after games too. I don't know what would cause that. It's so weird. I mean, I guess it's working now. Jeez.
But yeah, basically what I was saying is just that like everything is like you're doing the right stuff now, but it's just like slightly off.
Sure.
Like for example, the you did like a full hop down air to cover my neutral get up, and it just like slightly didn't connect.
Right.
And I got a forward tilt out of it.
Mhm.
So just like little stuff like that. That even though you're doing the right options, you're just like slightly off now.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's, if I had to guess, probably a combination of me just sort of starting to get these things in my head, as well as like, I will admit I do need to work on movement to some extent. Like, my movement's not terrible, but definitely like micro spacing kind of stuff. You know, the difference between a fully spaced back air and like a mid-spaced back air is a pretty big deal in certain matchups, and I'd say this is one of them.
And then also I think Wi-Fi could be a part of that too, just because, you know.
Okay, sure, yeah. I never like to blame Wi-Fi, but I do it a lot.
No, and yeah, I don't either, but I definitely think it contributes.
Ooh, okay.
Go!
Ooh, wow, that reach.
Nice, very good.
Thank you. I was so shocked that I made it. I didn't know what to do.
Oh,
I know that. I know that. Trick.
I thought
I
I'd go
won
for
a
it.
low tier tournament with that trick.
Oh, did you?
Like almost exclusively with that trick. So,
I love that.
I know that trick. It's so funny every time.
Um,
Oh my.
but the I actually did pick up Charizard as a cloud counter. Weirdly enough, but I think for the most part, what I was punishing you were just like what I was saying before, like just the little things, like the misspaced down air, misspaced like back air, you know, like that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
as well as just catching you on the same stuff that I did earlier with the And what I mean by that was just the short hops a little bit too much. Like I caught you with a short hop fair, just to catch your jump, and then immediately did jabs to combo out of it, and that does like almost 25%. So
Yeah.
it's like it's just little things like that. Just try your best to not fall into that. And I understand that breaking that sort of habit isn't something that'll happen immediately, but
Right.
it's something to focus on.
That makes a lot of sense. I'll keep an eye on it. Thank you.
2, 1, go!
Oh, and after this, do you mind if I get some Mewtwo games in?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. Mhm. Dude, just talking about that. Go back here. Oh, oh. Oh yeah, that's right. Yep. Oh.
I was gonna say, careful
Shouldn't
about
have been the
punishes,
right
but you
punish.
got it.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been the right punish, but there's nice dash back.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, double fair. Oh god, oh god. You're hitting me with all the stuff I never knew existed. Ah, nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I knew it was tech or die as soon as I was on stage.
And I don't even think you can tech that.
Oh, okay.
If you're on the second
I was
half
under
of
the
your
stage.
up B, I don't know if you know this about Cloud, but if you're on the second half of your up B, and you get stage spiked, you can't tech it. Which is really, really weird.
Yeah, it mumbles and then can't tech it. Hopefully this clears up soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about it either. I guess if you can still hear me, I'll switch to Mewtwo and we can just kind of see when it clears up and discuss. Back for a second.
Okay, hopefully it's okay now. Or okay-ish now.
It's still not good. All times for this to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go Mewtwo for this next game.
Who do you play Mewtwo against?
But yeah, I know a couple things I did wrong that last game, I think, were just like, short hopping too much again, and then, that one punish shouldn't have worked. I could have gone for a lot of things there. So I'll keep an eye out for when you miss something like that. And then also just being aware of, like, what your mix-ups are. Because I didn't know a lot of that Charizard stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know it exists, just trying to stay sort of in the disadvantaged state, I think is an issue of mine.
Who do you usually go Mewtwo
You're back,
against? Who do you usually go Mewtwo against?
Oh, I cut out a second. I'm sorry. You said Hoodoo?
Yeah, who do you usually go Mewtwo against?
It's who I played exclusively for a long time, but as of right now, it's like, don't feel like I understand with Cloud right now, which is Sheik to an extent, though honestly, I'm starting to feel a lot more confident. Honestly, Kirby.
Oh god.
The Kirby Cloud matchup right now. I know how stupid that sounds, but Kirby is my least favorite character in this game.
Oh, me too.
I just...
I hate him.
That makes me feel so much better. I hate the character. I feel like in order to play it properly, I have to play so lame. Still cutting in and out right now. I cannot hear you, but come back. No platform dropping. Should have been in there. Oh, what is that? Alright, oh no! Oh. There it is. Oh, I finally got it. I won't lie, I was just trying to go for that platform. Just shouldn't do against you. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't get the jab. Yeah, nice.
Am I back or no, or is it still bad?
Yeah, you're back now.
Okay,
It was bad for what's up?
Shoot, what was I gonna say? Shoot, I had something that was important. Now I can't remember what it is offhand.
When we can play again, you'll probably get it in the next game.
Shoot, yeah. Damn, I don't remember what it was.
No worries, it happens. You'll get it back.
Huh. Oh, I remembered it. Let me tell you it quick if it's still good.
Sure. Yeah.
So basically, what's been happening a couple of times, and I didn't really realize it was happening until last game, is sometimes you'll be on the Smashville platform, or you'll be like, you'll be on the stage, and you won't take advantage of stage control while I'm off stage. So for example, I'll go for a combo off stage, and then while I'm coming back, rather than you getting yourself in this position where you can ledge trap me and everything, you will either stay back here, or you'll stay on the Smashville platform over here.
Okay.
So there were points in time where I was recovering, and I got up here, and then I actually had stage control.
Okay, yeah.
So just make sure to take into consideration how long people's recoveries will take, and then use that stage control against them.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely air dodged too much. Ooh. All right, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I should never do that one. Not never, but certainly not there. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Border didn't come out. Oh, yep. Yep. You caught me messing around there.
So am I still good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'd say one of the biggest things that's getting you, that's messing up your edge guards, or ledge guards, I guess, or ledge trapping, I guess is the best way to put it, is I'm just kind of like waiting on ledge and waiting for you to do something.
Okay,
and
yeah.
then I'm coming up. There were 2 times when I just like waited for you to throw Shadow Ball, and then as soon as I saw you start to throw Shadow Ball, I got up and punished.
Okay.
And then the last time you did up smash.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to try and react a little bit more to what the opponent's doing.
Okay.
You'll get your best punishes when you can actually predict something, like
Right.
you were trying to go for there. But
I can't-
sometimes sometimes it's just like not reasonable, especially if they're just waiting the whole time. So definitely just like go for kind of like the reactable stuff, like just shield at ledge, go for shield grab, go for like nair at a shield, or sometimes
Force
even
them.
fair at a shield, and then yeah, force them to kind of like pick an option and then call something out once you find a habit.
Okay.
Or go for something that if you know they're going to hold on to ledge for longer, that will punish. But usually people, like, I think the only thing that Mewtwo will have that'll catch that is if, like, your Shadow Ball... I think Shadow Ball reaches below the ledge on some characters.
It's based on how far I am from the ledge. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, because it hovers up and down too.
Yeah.
So like that might be an option, and down air might be an option if I don't have that much invincibility. But of course, that's a lot more reactable than Shadow Ball would be.
Yeah, the theory crafting I've heard is that you're supposed to space yourself from the ledge so that you can throw Shadow Ball or cancel it into like a teleport cancel off stage. I don't feel comfortable doing that on 4 Glory because on the main stages, like the legal stages, most of them, I have sort of like a marker in my mind of where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I'm still working on that, and during games I'm not doing it. So that's something I want to work on, just like solo. I'll just have to like grind that out training mode, just like go on every stage and just be like, this is exactly where I stand.
Yeah.
But,
No, I
and obviously it's not that rigid, you know. I might not want to do that every time, but it's something I'll mess with at least, so I can cover hang at ledge a little better, other than just waiting.
Yeah, but that's the big thing, just that not getting those edge guards because of that.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Iron dodge, yep. Oh god.
Nice.
Okay.
That was a little bit goofy.
Each time I thought you were gonna do basically the thing you did right after. So like I was ready like one step behind every single time. It's like, oh my god. That up smash, I've not seen that before.
Yeah, that was a little bit goofy. I was hoping to get the sweet spot and then actually be able to.
Of course you cut out
Convert.
there. Oh well. If you want to start playing, we can. It'll hopefully come back in, and we can start talking about it more then.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry that's happening. I wish I'd known.
It's okay.
Wow, it's already almost 8.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh no!
Uh.
I tried to side B while I was panicking.
Nice, very good.
Thank you. Thank you. Both like them.
Oh god, that was awful. That was supposed to be bouncing fish.
The Sheik Classic. Yeah. Looks like it's 8:01 now, so.
Yeah. So basically, I'll just go over the kind of stuff that I think is most important for you to work on.
Cool.
And then if you have any last questions, we can go over those. But I'd say biggest things to just think about is just unpredictability, which encompasses both rhythm and then also choosing a variety of options. So I'd say that's probably like the biggest thing for you to work on. Okay. And then after that, just making sure that you're moving for a purpose and not for, just for the sake of movement.
Right.
And then including that kind of like movement to take stage control when your opponent's in disadvantage. Kind of like incorporating that into it, because there are positions like that position we talked about earlier where you aren't moving into those advantage states when you can take them. So yeah, that as well. And then I'd say those are the two biggest things, and then I guess just after that, just kind of like cleaning up spacing and that sort of stuff just a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
And I'd say those are like the three biggest things to work on. And I know a lot of that stuff is kind of like habit breaking kind of stuff, which might take a little bit, but that's the stuff I'd say to work on the most.
Awesome. Yeah, that gives me something like pretty clear and concise to work towards, which is exactly what I wanted right now where I am. So that's perfect. I feel like I got a lot out of this, so I really appreciate it.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. I'm definitely worth $9, dude.
All right. Well, if you need anything else, feel free to DM me on Twitter.
I appreciate that.
And yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Good games, man.
Yeah, good games to you too.
Peace.
All right.